Hello dear students, in last video we had learnt about the different classification of plants. Okay, so first we had studied about the classification of plants on the basis of their size. Second we had studied about classification of plants on the basis of their lifespan. So today we are going to study about third type of classification, that is classification of plants on the basis of their प्लेस ऑफ ग्रोथ. प्लेस ऑफ ग्रोथ मीन्स व्हाट, वो कहाँ पे ग्रो होते हैं, कौन से प्लेस में ग्रोथ होते हैं, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी हियर. सो प्लांट्स बेस्ड ऑन देयर प्लेस ऑफ ग्रोथ. So some plants grow on the land, some grow in water. So based on the place where they grow, plants are classified as a terrestrial plants and the aquatic plants. So the plants, some plants they are grow on the land. So those plants are called terrestrial plants, and the plants those grow in the water. They grow in the water. Those plants are called aquatic plant. Those plants are called aquatic plants. Okay, so plants they grow on the land they are called terrestrial plant, and the plant they grow in the water. Those plants are called aquatic plants. ओके मतलब जो लैंड पे ग्रो होते हैं उन प्लांट्स को टेरेस्ट्रियल प्लांट्स बोलते हैं, और जो प्लांट्स पानी में ग्रो होते हैं उनको एक्वाटिक प्लांट्स बोलते हैं. ओके, सो फर्स्ट वी विल स्टडी अबाउट टेरेस्ट्रियल प्लांट्स. सो plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plant. I have told you the plants that grow on the land are called terrestrial plant. मतलब जो plants जमीन पे ग्रो होते हैं उनको क्या बोलते हैं, टेरेस्ट्रियल प्लांट्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंगो ट्री, एप्पल ट्री एंड द रोज प्लांट. दीज आर द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ टेरेस्ट्रियल प्लांट्स. सम टेरेस्ट्रियल प्लांट्स ग्रो इन अ ड्राई डेजर्ट रीजन्स. दे आर कॉल्ड जीरो टाइप्स. सो लैंड मीन्स वो मतलब लैंड मीन्स सिर्फ लैंड पे नहीं, जो कोई प्लांट है और जो सम प्लांट्स है वो डेजर्ट में भी आते हैं. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कैक्टस. All of you know cactus. So cactus is also example of terrestrial plants, but cactus is grow in a desert, so it is called xerophytes plants. Cactus is called xerophytes plant. Okay, so cactus is some terrestrial plants grow in a dry desert region. They are called xerophytes. For example, cactus. Okay. So what are called terrestrial plants? The plants they grow on the land are called terrestrial plants. For example, mango tree, apple tree, rose plant. And what are xerophytes? So some plants, some terrestrial plants they grow in a dry regions or a dry desert region. They are called xerophytes. For example, cactus and the prickly bear. Okay, now we will move on aquatic plant. So have you got idea about aquatic plants? The plant they grow in a water are called aquatic plants or hydrophytes. Aquatic plants को भी hydrophytes भी बोलते हैं. Okay, so the plants they grow in a water are called aquatic plants or hydrophytes. For example, lotus and water hyacinth. What is the example of aquatic plants? Lotus and water hyacinth. Okay, so but student, some aquatic plants they grow under the water. देखो lotus पानी के ऊपर आता है और पानी के ऊपर आता है, then also they are called aquatic plants. But some aquatic plants they grow under the water. वो जो कोई aquatic plants है वो पानी के नीचे भी आते हैं, नीचे भी ग्रो होते हैं. So and the plants that grow completely under water are called submerged plants. So the plants they are grow completely under water. They are called submerged plants. They are called submerged plants. For example, hydrilla. Okay, for example, hydrilla. See in your textbook page number 189. There are given example of hydrilla. Okay, first example is lotus and water hyacinth. These are the aquatic plant. And hydrilla is also aquatic plant, but it grow under the water. So it is called submerged plant or a submerged aquatic plants. Okay, so on the basis of place of growth, plants are also classified into terrestrial plants and the aquatic plants. Okay, my dear student. Okay, now we will move on next classification, that is plants based on their flowering pattern. Plant based on their flowering patterns. Flowering patterns means what? Some plants they give flowers, some flowers they do not give flowers. Yes. So, okay. So can you tell me the name of the plant that gives flowers? Rose, mogra, jasmine, sunflower, marigold. So these are called flowering plants. Okay. So plants that produce flowers are called flowering plants. Plants that produce flowers are called flowering plants. For example, rose, hibiscus, mango, and the gulmohar. These plants they are giving flowering plants. And what are the non-flowering plants? The plants they do not produce flowers are called non-flowering plants. मतलब जो plants है वो flowers नहीं देते, वो flowers produce नहीं करते, उनको क्या बोलते हैं? Non-flowering plants. For example, algae, moss, and the fern. Okay, for example, algae, moss, and the fern. So these flowers are called non-flowering plants. Okay, so this is the last classification of plants, flowering plants and the non-flowering plant. So student, means some flowers are giving flowers, those plants are called flowering plants, and the plant they are not giving flowers or they do not produce flowers, they are called non-flowering plants. Okay, so this is about chapter number 4, kinds of plants. So on the different classification, plants are classified or different kinds of, or they are having different kinds of plants. They are classified on their sizes, they are classified on their lifespan, they are classified on the place of growth, they are classified on the flowering pattern. Okay, so and because of this classification we can identify many flowers and we can see different kinds of plants in our surroundings. Okay, so student, read all this chapter and complete your homework. Thank you, students.